Hello, and welcome to the latest edition of the GRcade Twitchcast. This is another mini episode, and we're going to be talking about Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. Today, the guests are... Sorry. Today we've got Jenuall and Victor with us. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, you could have said hello, not hey, but there you go. I did say
Well,
say hello.
I was actually in the middle of laughing. That's the best I could do.
Laughing
Hello.
about what? What was he laughing at? I guess something funny happened in the background that we were unaware of. Anyway. What? What?
I was going to say, it's clearly laughing at your bants, Heads.
I wasn't banter.
Mad
It was just me being professional. Hello. Welcome.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think so. So we're going to be talking about the Sonic games. We start with Sonic 1 because it came out first. And then we'll talk about Sonic 2 because it came out second. And then 3 and Knuckles because they came out afterwards. Is that fair?
That is astoundingly logical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would start with the best one, which is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will.
Right, remember anyone who is from GRcade or knows about GRcade or has listened to the podcast, anytime Jenuall's been on, he is the master of being wrong.
Someone's got to do it.
There is the occasion I've agreed with Jenuall, I will be fair. So I must be wrong sometimes too. Anyway. We'll start with Sonic 1 now, as I said. What I'll ask you both first off then is, did you play Sonic 1 first? Because I know like some people didn't get the first game and played the second or third. Did you start straight out with Sonic 1? Did you get it with your Mega Drive or Genesis for those in America who might listen?
So, I did play it first, but I never we never had it on ours. But it was kind of going around friends' houses and playing it that way. And I didn't actually own Sonic 1 until after both 2 and 3 and Knuckles. It was like the last one of the Mega Drive ones that I bought. But I did play it first. And so it almost had a sort of like mythical quality in our house because it's like it was the one we didn't play as much, we didn't know as well as the others because we'd known the others kind of for a couple of years before we finally bought Sonic 1 and sort of remembered all the bits about it. So yeah, it's kind of an odd experience, sort of it being the first one, but not the one we were most familiar with.
No, that's fair enough. What about you, Victor?
Yeah, I when we got our Mega Drive, it was with Sonic 2. Well, actually, that's not true. It was with Dad got the first Sonic the Hedgehog as well, but I wanted Sonic 2 so badly because I never had it. It was my first console, and I used to just still get the magazine. So there's a Mean Machines SEGA promo tape, which you may have seen at some point, and it had a show reel of like the upcoming stuff. One of which being Sonic 2, and I think it had up until like what's it called? Is it Emerald Hill? What's the Hilltop Zone? It had all the way up through until there, so it had like basically half the game played through on there. But I watched it over and over. I wanted it so badly. So when we got the Mega Drive for the Christmas, and Sonic 2 was given to me. I mean, Sonic didn't really get a look in because that's the one I really wanted. So I played that to death. And so, much like Jenuall, I've never actually finished the first Sonic the Hedgehog game, not legitimately, not without that level selecting and going to the end and doing it that way.
That's disgusting.
I don't know it that well. I don't, know the Green Hill Zone like the back of my arse and stuff, and a bit of Labyrinth Zone. But beyond then, I've not really played it that much because I love the other ones so much.
Well, as we were talking about Sonic today, I've actually played some of Sonic 1 and 2 today. And nice. Sonic 1, I only played up to Labyrinth Zone. And Sonic 2, I played up to Mystic Cave Zone. I didn't get around to 3 because I was busy doing something else. But I will say that Sonic 1 is a harder game than Sonic 2. Because like when I was playing Sonic 1, I like died a few times and what have you. And Labyrinth Zone's a bitch anyway. But with Sonic 2, it's like, yeah, I'm getting through these levels pretty easily. And like I will say though that like the final boss of Sonic 2 is way more difficult than Sonic 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard. I remember many a time getting to there and just game over. You know, you spent all evening playing it. Really difficult.
You've got it's a two-stage boss, and both parts are really hard. And
with no rings.
No rings. Yeah, the whole game is like teaching you that hold on to your rings because rings keep you alive. And it's like final zone. Nah, mate, you ain't getting any rings.
Exactly. It's and that's you don't get rings on the final boss of 1 either. I'm not sure if you do on 3. I don't think you do. No, you don't.
You do on 3 because it's at the end of a normal level.
So
if you've held on to
yeah, you do, yeah. It's
But there's a boss before, and you might have already lost all your rings on the boss before, and then you jump in the little Robotnik's little ship thing, and you fly
and then fly across. Yeah, I remember now.
And he
but
fights you again.
Like in Sonic 1, like generally speaking, I found it more difficult to play. Not because it was more difficult to play in the sense of it played worse. I just thought it was a trickier game. And going back to it, I was like listening to Green Hill Zone music while I was playing. I was like, damn, this is good. I like Green Hill Zone music. And then I got into the next stage, like Marble Zone. I like this music. Labyrinth Zone. This is alright too. I put on Sonic 2 and I'm like, damn, this is an awesome tune. This is an awesome tune. This is I think one thing, like a lot of people, even if they don't like the Sonic games, they should at least appreciate the music.
Oh yeah,
that's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not as good as Donkey Kong Country, but
right, I'm leaving. I'm off. How dare you say that?
I had to say that.
The thing with the Sonic difficulty, I always maybe that's why I didn't play it as much. Maybe I sort of gave it a go after playing Sonic 2 to death. Maybe when I did sort of try and because we got quite a few games that Christmas, and I think I put it on just as a SEGA, just like, oh god, I've actually got a Mega Drive. This is incredible. And I sort of played a bit, and then maybe I died a bit because like the spikes, the invincibility doesn't. Yeah, if you lose your rings, you still go doing, still die. And it's hard, isn't it? And I think it's probably a bit of a shock to the system. Like, and it's much more. I think it's got a much more arcadey design to it. The levels have got that much more sort of almost Altered Beast-esque look to them, especially Labyrinth Zone. That sort of they just feel like they should have a big sort of coin-operated timer going on. Whereas Sonic 2 is much more sprawling and forgiving.
Yeah,
it is, I was going to say it's much. Yeah, no worries. It's definitely a style change or sort of refinement from Sonic 1 to Sonic 2, where they realised, well, they lean a lot more heavily into the whole, gotta go fast side of things, which when you play Sonic 1, you realise there isn't that much where it's, because, there's the whole joke of, oh, you just, press right to win. It's like, Sonic 1 is a much more platform heavy game. There's much more jumping. There's more, avoiding traps. And it is a slower paced game, and I think it's fair to say it's a more punishing game. It's definitely harder than 2 is. 3, I think 3 and Knuckles, throws a bit more challenge back in again. But I think
3 and Knuckles is more challenging than 2, but I think the toughest final boss by far is Sonic 2's.
2, yeah,
no question.
I definitely did that. It's so hard now because I don't like religiously play these games all the time, but I've got pretty much every device I own. I will have some version of like the Sonic games on there, so I've always got it on my mobile phone and things. It's my go-to. Like if I'm sat, I don't know, you sat waiting for a train or something like that on your own, it's like, okay, play a bit of Sonic. So I can whiz through all of them quite easily now. So it's hard to kind of remember that first, those first times you played Sonic 1. Actually, this was really hard. Whereas now it's kind of all like muscle memory. You're like, oh, I know, because everyone always says, oh, they're quite cheap games, and it's like, oh, stuff hits you before you see it coming, which is probably true. But after so much time, you kind of know when the things are coming, so you jump before it hits you. So I think you can certainly, you can overcome the difficulty of it. But yeah, there's definitely a higher barrier of sort of challenge.
I didn't find from when I played it earlier, I didn't have much of an issue of not being able to avoid things for the majority of the time. Like, it was fine. I didn't see much of an issue. When the games I think of when I think, oh, you've got no time to react, it's more Zool or something in comparison to Sonic. Sonic, I think you get adequate time in comparison. Like
Zool,
Zool Redimensioned isn't so bad because it's widescreen.
Yeah,
and I think with the remakes of, well, I say remakes, Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles are being re-released, but they're all meant to have widescreen and other stuff as well. So in theory, that'll be even less of a problem again for people who come into the series. Not the series new, but the retro games new then, because a lot of people play the newer Sonics, I would expect.
So that was a good point about saying the perception that it was all about speed, when actually the first game, because you didn't have the standing spin dash thing, did you? So if you lost your momentum, it was quite hard to get it back. Like, there wasn't a great deal of room for taking a run up to something. So if you were in the flow and sort of in the zone and got a good rhythm going, then yeah, they're quite quick. But I think once you've been slowed down, it's actually pretty damn hard to get back up to speed again because
I guess many people say, oh, you just hold right to go fast. Maybe they're thinking of the later games where there's not quite as much pure platforming and there's more run-ups and stuff. But I think the people who must have played Sonic 1 and have said that probably played like the first full zone, Green Hill. But like from Marble Zone onwards, there's a lot more going on because, like, I think you run across the top and then it's all underground. And it's a lot of pressing switches, pushing blocks, avoiding spikes, waiting for the timing on lava blast things. It's stuff like that. It's not just hold right. And there's a lot of left and right in that level too.
Yeah.
Labyrinth, I mean, is literally a labyrinth, isn't it? It's like you're pushing blocks and sitting on very slow moving floating blocks and dodging lava jumping out of the ground. Then you go into hang on, what am I talking about? Is it Labyrinth the one that's got the water? Is that Act
Labyrinth
2?
Labyrinth has got
Labyrinth is the water
Marble Zone. Yeah, Marble Zone's the one with the lava, isn't it? And then
Marble's lava, Labyrinth's water.
But they're slow. I mean, I can't remember. There's like, is it Stardust? God, see, that's
Starlight.
Starlight's
has
on
got some speed. It's got some fast bits in it. There's some like slopes, and that's when. And the other thing is, people think, oh, it's all about the loops and stuff. There's only two levels in Sonic 1 that have got loops in them, and that's Green Hill and Starlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a quick zone, but also that's when the other thing that makes Sonic 1 a lot harder is you get to like Starlight, and that is a nightmare for bottomless pits. It's like, normally you're like, oh, okay, if you fall down, like you're on the lower level, but there's usually like 3 sort of tiers to a level. Like the top line is like the fastest, and that's where you want to be. You can drop down to the middle, and then if you're doing really bad, you end up at the bottom. But in Starlight, it's like, now if you fall, mate, you're dead. Sorry.
I remember when I was originally playing it as a kid, that being the one where I was just like, this is too tough for me. I think I'd quite a few bottomless pits and those spiky things and stuff. I remember it being like, I didn't like the look of the level. It's got that
I loved Starlight Zone.
No, I didn't. I was more, I'd been obsessing over that Sonic 2 thing, just all the big bright colours and stuff, and that's just like, oh, it's just not sitting right. I just wasn't good enough at it.
Yeah,
I really liked Starlight Zone. It was my favourite zone in Sonic 1 when I was a kid. I liked the look of the level, but more than anything, the music. And even though it was in 50 hertz, I think I prefer the music in 50 hertz for Starlight Zone than I do 60, because I don't know what about it. It's just so melodic. It sounds more melodic and interested me, slowed down.
Yeah, it's a good tune, that one.
It's good. It's good both in 50 and 60 hertz, but I prefer it in 50 hertz. Whereas I don't with the rest of the track.
Yeah, it's so weird now because I remember like back in the early days of like emulation and stuff, and so like all I would have played would have been the Mega Drive 50 hertz PAL versions, and then like getting the first like Genesis emulators and downloading ROMs, which obviously nobody should do because that's not the thing to do. And like hearing the 60 hertz music for the first time and it just sounding so wrong. But now that it's been like 20 years of only hearing the faster music.
Yeah.
So now the PAL versions just seem broken.
First time I saw that was I didn't know about the PAL thing or anything. We were on holiday in America. I think the first time we went, we were in a Walmart and they had a TV with, I think it was a Neo, so it would have been Neo Geo that had something called Bonk playing on it, and then next to that was a TV with Sonic playing on it. Of course, me not missing any opportunity to play Sonic, even though I've got it. And I could just hear it from down the aisle sounding wrong. Just like really, why does that sound so bloody quick?
Yeah.
And I played it and it's just why is it so quick? And I still couldn't understand it, but yeah, it's very, very noticeable, isn't it?
It's funny though because I've seen people on YouTube then talking about Sonic, specifically about 50 and 60 hertz. I've looked at a few videos about it. And like some games, even though 50 hertz is still, the music ran the same as the 60 hertz version and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
They were talking about Sonic 1 and they were saying it's meant to be this really fast game. And when they played it, it seemed really slow to them. It's just a slow game. And they're like, I guess the speed of the game was just like overhyped. But obviously he was playing the PAL version of the game because he was from the UK. And it's like, when he finally played, he's like, wow, okay, it is a fast game. But it's just crazy to think that we were shat on.
Yeah. And also you think, you remember the big bars at the top and the bottom of the screen because it was, not the right number of pixels and all that. But yeah, because I think Sonic 2 onwards, they fixed the music speed, so the music plays at the right speed on Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. But obviously the game itself is still slower.
Yeah. Which obviously to us back in the day wasn't an issue. But going back to it now, I think it'd be weird playing
I don't think I
at
could,
50
I
hertz.
couldn't play it now. It just seems so odd. Because it's
no.
All the timing would be off.
Is there any particular standout moments from Sonic 1 that you can think of? Any particular stages you really like? What about the bonus levels? What do you think of them?
I was rubbish at them. I was rubbish. I think they're great, but oh god, I was so bad at them.
Yeah, I was the same. Like I definitely remember as a kid thinking I almost just didn't even bother jumping in because you get the 50 rings during the level and then like the giant ring appears. And it's like, well, what's the point? It's like I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes, flailing around in this sort of not 3D, but this like rotating maze. So, yeah, I was never great at them at first, but I do really like them.
Yeah, they are fun. I think I managed to get 5 of the 6 emeralds because obviously Sonic 1 only had 6 emeralds.
Yeah, I never got them all. I
never got them all.
The last one had like a multi-part maze, didn't it, where you had to get through. There was like gates in it. Once you got through, then it locked you into one area, and another one. I think the bit that had the emerald in had, the red bits, which would make you leave the level. I think it just had them everywhere. It's like, oh my god! So I never got it.
I never knew for years like what half of the stuff, because there's lots of different things kind of around the outside that, and when you hit them, they do things like speed up. It speeds up or slows down like the rotation, and I didn't know that for literally.
I didn't know that. I don't even know that now. I
So,
only know about the rotation thing where you hit the rotation and it changes the direction of the rotation.
So you can
That's
change
the
the
only one I
direction. Yeah, and there's speed ones as well. But because I didn't spend enough time in them because I just died. So I guess you don't learn. But yeah, and there's lots of things where because there was loads of like pre-release footage and like pictures of it, and there were supposed to be like, and they found that they like data in the ROMs and stuff, like there were supposed to be other like tiles and things in the mazes that would like warp you to different zones and things like that. So they obviously had like bigger ideas for what the special stages were going to be for.
To be fair, in all the Sonic games, they have bigger ideas, and then they either lose half the bloody work they've done, or
Yeah,
or something along the lines of that.
Bit slapdash at times.
Yeah. So you both enjoyed it. They were good, but they were tough. Let's be fair, weren't they?
Yeah, and I guess. Well, all of the Sonic games have had quite unique special stages, but like, yeah, nothing about the game itself prepares you for, you're not being taught any of the skills you need to do those special stages. Because once you kind of learn the movement of it, you can actually have a surprising amount of control over like where he moves, like depending on kind of like how you jump at the right times and the way you press, like which direction you're pushing in like relation to where the rotations are going. You can control him quite well, but until you learn that, it does just feel like you just hit and jump randomly to hope for the best.
I agree. It does feel like a
That was the worst in those special stages where you'd be right sort of wedged into a corner right by the bit which is going to kick you out of the level, and you've sort of rubbed away the tiles that let you get to the emerald, and then you jump, and then Sonic just almost jumps backwards off the thing, hits the speed up thing, and then changes the direction, and just like, oh god.
It's always the way, isn't it? Yeah, because you've slowly worked away the tiles to like uncover the emerald, and it's just there's obviously something they got right about the design, because it always seems timed perfectly for just as you uncover it, it turns you away.
Yeah.
You've not quite made it.
It's a cruel game.
But it's
just the bonus stages. It's a good game. It is a good game. Do you want to move on to Sonic 2, or have we got anything else to say about Sonic 1?
The only thing I was going to say about Sonic 1 is to put a defense in for lots of people seem to hate on Labyrinth Zone. And again, I guess it's because it's the least Sonic level, because it is very slow. Oh, it's all underwater and stuff. But I really like Labyrinth Zone. I think it's got really nice.
I just think it's a bit tougher than
it is tough.
The rest of the game.
One of the worst things is they think that because if you do the level select code, like the list of levels, like it goes Green Hill Zone and then Labyrinth Zone is the next one, and they think that their plan originally was to make Labyrinth the second level in the game, which would have just completely killed off anyone's enthusiasm.
That would have been like, I'm done with this.
No thanks.
No.
But yeah,
I like the thing about the level select is if you wanted to, Jenuall, because you said you used to avoid it, you could practice the bonus stages constantly.
Yes, you could.
Every single time you do it, it sends you back to Green Hill Zone, then, I don't know. Just practice them.
Yeah.
Get good.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah. Get good, isn't it? I think there's an essay to be written about how Sonic is very like Dark Souls in my book. It's all about learning things. It seems unfair at first, but once you learn the patterns and the attacks and the paths through it, I think there's a lot of parallels.
The intricacies of how to jump in the maze.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's Dark Souls 0.5.
Moving on to Sonic 2.
Do it.
As we were talking about the bonus stages, one thing I want to mention straight off is the bonus stages in Sonic 2 for me are the best of the Sonic bonus stages.
Ooh, that's a big shout from someone who loves Sonic 3 more.
Oh, can't
I do, but I'm honest. Honest to God, the half pipe is so fucking cool, and the music is just fucking amazing. To put it bluntly,
and Tails endlessly messing it up for you.
A lot of my memories of that. You could always get rid of him,
Yeah, just get rid of him. Or just say, oh, dude, be player 2 while I'm doing the bonus stages.
Did everyone else try and jump? When you pass, because there's 3 checkpoints in there that you've got to have. Did everyone else jump and try and hit the checkpoint as you went through?
Oh, yeah.
Even though you can't. So, it goes doo-doo and says cool with a little thumbs up.
Yeah.
So you time it so it looks like you've hit the checkpoint and made it cool pop up.
I did that.
No, I didn't do that. I'm not that weird.
I played quite a lot of because I got two older brothers, and we played quite a lot of Sonic 2 Like, because obviously you can have one person playing Tails and one person playing Sonic, and every time you jump, if there's two of you, you swap order. So like, who's in front? And so it was just a constant like trying to one up each other. So rather than worrying about collecting things, you just wanted to be the person in front. So you just
getting all the rings.
Yeah. And so you end up just hitting all the like bombs and things because you're not really paying attention.
Exactly. It's more competition of who gets the most rings, not getting the rings to finish it. Yeah. It's always fun doing that.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's no incentive for Tails because he doesn't get Super Tails. He's just there to, facilitate Sonic. I don't know why he bothers.
Exactly.
That's why he keeps losing all the rings.
Yeah, he's like, screw you, Sonic. You ain't going super. Which, speaking of, it is the first game they introduced Super Sonic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not in any of the... Like, I say the first game, because I was thinking, is he in any of the Master System games? But he's not, is he? His first game was definitely Sonic 2 for the Mega Drive. You could see the inspiration. For me, if it wasn't inspired by a Super Saiyan, then I'd be shocked.
That's a huge coincidence. Yeah, I think that's definitely wearing your sort of inspirations on your sleeve there, isn't it?
Yeah. Just like gold spiky hair. And he already had spiky hair. Then again, so did Goku and Ko. Extra spiky hair.
I think it was the Super Sonic thing. Back in those days, you only really got any news through bullshit playground rumors, which were always a complete load of bollocks. Or
not always. Some of the rumors.
Game magazine. Well, I would devour anything I could get on Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Of which there was very little. And again, probably the same holiday actually. There was a Sonic 2 guide by like whatever the hell this American magazine. So the whole magazine was a Sonic 2 thing, and it had level maps of every single level in, but also it had the cheat codes in the 1992 21124, that stuff. They had those in before they were a known thing. They were just all written down, do this, do this, do this. And then it said, get all the Chaos Emeralds, because I couldn't do it because I was too crap. So get all the Chaos Emeralds to turn into Super Sonic. I was like, Super Sonic, what's this? And then I got home and did the thing, when you can turn yourself into a ring or any of the games and put loads of rings on the screen, got 50 rings, and then did the jump in the air thing. It's just like, oh my god. Like, it was like one of those bullshit rumors, but it was true. It was just like,
real.
This is amazing.
Yeah. You went to school the next day. Oh my god, you can go Super Sonic and Sonic 2. And everyone was like, bullshit.
I did. I took it into school and I wrote into, I think it was probably Mean Machine Sega, because they did a thing with the cheats page, and they said, if you write in with a cheat we print, you can have a free game of your choice. So as soon as I got home, I wrote it all down. I wrote a letter to them. I said, oh dear, Mean Machine Sega, and I wrote all this stuff down, like verbatim from what they described it as if it's because it's Sonic Tuesday, as if I knew what that was. Wrote all that stuff down. I said, please can I have Road Rash 2 on the Mega Drive? And I sent it off, and then Mean Machine Sega came out, and I wasn't printed, but they printed the cheats, not credited to me, of course. They were like, our pro gamer Dave has discovered these cheats, like, you little bastards.
And that's when your faith in the world died.
Yeah, that's when that's my origin story.
But I was gonna say, I remember exactly the same. I remember being in a newsagent's, and there was a magazine there with like Sonic. I think this might even have been before the game. We'd even played the game at home, but turn into the sort of cheats section of a magazine and reading all this stuff about the debug mode, and so you put this code in and you can turn into any of the objects in the level. I think they called it they
called it a level editor, didn't they?
Yeah, that was it. And it's like, it's not really, it's debug mode, but and just being amazed by kind of all these things, and suddenly the possibilities. And I still remember all of those codes now, and it's amazing what gets stuck in your head. Because it's Yuji Naka's birthday is the one code. So 1965 917. Yeah, and then 1992 1124. But Sonic Tuesday, which I think that's kind of an interesting side to it. like you were saying Sonic 2 was the one you were really kind of like excited to get with it, and it's definitely the first time I remember there being like massive
hype for a game, yeah,
around something. Like they really pushed that game in a way that I don't remember anything before having that level of excitement and just build up to it, and it was massive at the time.
Yeah, I mean, now we'd be all cynical and be like, "Oh, bloody adverts trying to trick kids." But to me, you didn't see it that way. You're just like, "This looks amazing." I remember going into a Curry's in Yeovil, I think it was, and you walked in the door, and as you went in the door, there's a little 14-inch CRT thing with one of the staff members with Sonic 2 playing, and just an excited bunch of kids taking it in turns to play it. And I remember when I got to play it, I was like, because I read it so much about it, the spin dash, and that was the one I really wanted to do, the spin dash. So I got given the control, and the first thing I did was like, did it. It's like, oh god, this is amazing. And then, and I was just like, simple things in it. And talking to my dad, I was blagging. It's like, oh, really, please can we have one? He's like, no, you're not having anything like that. They're too expensive. No. And we went Christmas shopping, same place, I think. It was me and my sister and my dad, and it was one of those dark, chilly evenings. We went in somewhere, and Dad said, "Oh, just stand over there, would you?" And then he was just kind of whispering to someone, and then the guy he was talking to went, "Well, the Mega Drive does come packed," and he went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" and just turned around and walked out the shop. Went, "Come on, kids." He's obviously just like on the side. Look, I'm thinking about buying this. Yeah, but there's just a proper hype for it everywhere. So when I actually got it, I've recounted this story God knows how many times, but I was nearly sick with it. So I was just, when I unwrapped a copy of, because I didn't have the Mega Drive yet, when I unwrapped that copy of Sonic 2 on Christmas Day, it was just like, we haven't got a Mega Drive. Like, aha! Like, yes, yeah. It's proper N64 kid. I was running around the house. Apparently, I don't remember it. Mum said I ran to the top of the stairs and then turned around and jumped the entire staircase, which is probably about 15 steps. She said you went white as a sheet. I was just running around going, yes.
28 years old
Christmas
he was.
Day, Victor Mildew.
and then I got off the bus.
We in our house we knew like that our dad was going to get us a Mega Drive. We kind of worked that much out, and it was like coming up to Christmas, and this was 1991, so this was pre Sonic 2. But we thought like the hype for Sonic 1 was not as big, but like people knew about it. People knew that this is the game the kids want. And there was a big push, and like you went in all the toy stores, and there was the box. It was a Mega Drive with Sonic on it, and it's like, that's the pack-in game. That's what you want. And then we opened it on Christmas Day, and it was a Mega Drive with Altered Beast.
No.
And it's like you don't, even at a young age, you've learned enough about kind of like social skills and things. You don't want to appear ungrateful, but They must have been able to read the disappointment on faces.
Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was, and we played the hell out of Altered Beast, and it's not a terrible game. When it's the only thing you've got to play, it's not a bad game.
Yeah.
But we did but after that, it was just counting down the days from like, okay, now we've got the Mega Drive. Surely at some point, please get us Sonic the Hedgehog, and then eventually we got Sonic 2. So it was all fine in the end. But it was a disappointing initial Christmas memory, that one. It's like how can you combine the excitement about getting the system you want with the disappointment of not getting the right game?
Funny on that subject, actually, my sister, maybe 3 days before Christmas Day, came to me and said, I just saw, because Mum and Dad had the presents out on the bed, and she'd walked past and saw it. She goes, "Oh, we've got a Super Nintendo." She thought she'd seen a Super NES. So on the one hand, I was like, oh, fucking hell! Like I was really hoping I was going to, what a spoiled little shit. I was really hoping I was going to get a Mega Drive. But on the other hand, I was thinking, well, I'm getting a Super Nintendo now, so I was like, oh, I better start I'm not really don't want to play Mario, but okay, well, I'm going to have Mario because I knew they all came with Mario World. I mean, what bloody kids. But yeah, I spent 3 days thinking, but then I somehow forgot about that as well. Yeah.
Too excited to care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, too busy jumping down the stairs.
I can honestly, I can. It's etched into my brain. I can picture the wrapping paper it was in. They'd hid because my sister got World of Illusion. Basically, the present was for me, but it was probably sold to my mum under the guise of, it's for both of them. So so she got World of Illusion, which is a good game actually. And the two-player mode is really good. So we both, it was in this thick gold wrapping paper, and they'd hidden it behind the little footstool that was by the TV. So we'd finished unwrapping everything. All the wrapping paper was done. And I was sitting playing with it, and I was like, because there's two presents here. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, brilliant.
Happy days.
Here's my SNES coming.
Yeah, here we go. That was, remember my mates, because a few of my other mates got Mega Drives as well. And the phone, we never used to ring each other up. But it's like, ring, ring. Oh, Adam, it's for you. And like, hi, Dave, what did you get? Oh, I got a Mega Drive with Sonic. Oh, yeah, I got Sonic 2. Right, I'm coming down.
Oh.
Yeah, brilliant.
Simpler times.
See, I don't I remember getting my Mega Drive, and I remember I had it with Sonic 1. And I remember getting my SNES, and I remember getting that with Donkey Kong Country, and I'm not sure which one I had first. I think it might have been the Mega Drive, then the SNES. I'm not sure. So I had both. I was lucky.
Mega Drive was out first in Europe, wasn't it?
Yes.
We had to wait a while for the SNES, didn't we?
Yeah, I remember getting my Mega Drive with Sonic 1. I later borrowed Sonic 2 off someone for a very long time. And then they eventually had it back. And then I remember getting Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I got them at the same time, so I was late to Sonic 3. With my gran. She took me to Cardiff. And
dodgy place.
Yeah, fucking dodgy, man. But true story, one of my friends went to Cardiff. Some guy asked him for a fag. For those who are unsure what that is, that's a cigarette. I'm not being offensive. So they asked him for a ciggy, and he said, I am gone. And he knifed his face. True story. Yeah, and that was in Cardiff, yeah.
That last weekend, was it?
No, it was about 10 or more years ago. Yeah, he cut his nose completely off.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me staying in.
It was in the city centre as well, so it wasn't like some dodgy back alley.
Yeah.
It was the dodgy city centre.
I'll just chime in, and by the way, Ubellion, I just went to reply to you, because I changed my Twitch password. I'm not actually logged in, so I can't chat at all. It won't let you put anything into the chat, so I'm not ignoring you. I was trying to chat and I can't remember my password at the moment. So sorry.
I love Donkey Kong Country, so I don't care. It's actually my favourite of the 3 original Donkey Kong Country games. So I went to Cardiff and got both with my gran. Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles at the same time.
Have you still? I take it you've still. I've still got all my original copies of it, and I don't think, being that Sonic 2 was the very first console game I got, I don't think I could ever part with it. It's just something about that box is so special.
Yeah, the simple reason is my, when I had a NES when I was a kid, for example, my mother gave it to. My mother and father give it to their friend's kid with all my games and everything, and just gave it to them. So and the ungrateful prick was like, yeah, I wanted a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah, I'll have it back then, mate.
Yeah, I should have had it back, but
Yeah. Sorry. I can't remember what happened to our Mega Drive, because I can definitely remember the consoles that I traded in, or I know I sold that. I know we sold our Amiga to buy a PC and things like that. But I'm sure we didn't trade in our Mega Drive. We didn't sell it. But I don't know where it is. And it's really annoying me that it's one of those where it's kind of just, I reckon it's just got lost over the years. It's the same with Nintendo 64. I'm sure I left that at my parents' house when I went off to uni, and I bet they've just chucked it down a tip or something.
Yeah, bound to have done.
But that's the thing. My Mega Drive from when I was a kid is in the attic. I know where that is. The Mega Drive I use is a modded one. That's why I don't use the one I own, because the one I own is 50 hertz, and the one I got modded can switch between regions.
Yeah.
You hold in the reset button. So that's why I've got that set up. But apart from the NES that was given away, I ended up getting NES later again. All my consoles are the original consoles I've had, and I've still got them all. But the thing with the games is I'm unsure, so I don't know where my Sonic 1 and 2 and 3 are, and Knuckles. They must be in the attic, though. Better be in the attic.
It's funny, like say about trading stuff in. When I first started trading stuff, I think it was around the time I got my PlayStation. Just started trading stuff, like left, right, and centre. Something I knew not to get rid of it. I never got rid of any. Something just don't get rid of that. So I've still got all. I think from the PlayStation onwards and the Mega Drive, I've still got everything. I think the only thing I actually got rid of was my GameCube, because the Wii could play the game still. And I was never that taken with my GameCube, so I kept the games. But I gave the game. I sold it to someone on GRcade for $5.
Wow!
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Mint condition boxed black GameCube with 2 controllers for £5. Bloody hell!
They took you for a ride.
But well, not as bad as the N64 I sold on there as well. With I reckon it had 4 controllers. Boxed. Every game was boxed, most of which were in very good condition. I sold. Oh my god! I sold that whole thing for £70 delivered.
Oh,
70 quid.
Yep.
Damn.
One of those games is probably worth more than that now. Well, I say that, no fucker will buy them off me anyway, so they're not worth anything, are they? But
it's only PS5 games that people don't buy.
yeah.
That is funny, actually. Yeah, not for you, Victor, but for everyone else. I think one of my favorite things on the forum at the moment is people talking about games, and then they'll post like, "Oh, if only you posted some PS5 deals in the shopping part of the forum."
All those down. Did I tell you I took all those down game last weekend? I had my PlayStation 5 ones and a stack of, maybe 10 PS4 games, all of which were duplicates of what I've got on PlayStation Plus. And it was like, why am I keeping these? And they're not even ones I play anyway. Stuff like Uncharted 4 and things like that. So as I come down there to game, I said, right, if I get £2 for each of these, it's about 20 quid I'll probably get, and I'll buy like a 20 quid Nintendo eShop voucher. No, they gave me 150 quid.
Oof!
Wow!
Couldn't believe it. That was
what games are they going to see C5 Gorum?
It was it was the ones which got the most money. There was Assassin's Creed on the PS5 and. What's the other one? I've got the receipt still. It's in the other room. But I couldn't. When he said, "Oh, that's 100," he said like 100 and some. And he goes, we're doing a 10% extra credit thing today or this weekend." And I went, "What?" He said, like 100. I said, "Well, I was going to get some Nintendo credit." I said, "Can I?" And he goes, "Yeah, I could do like 250s and a 20." Yeah. It's just like what I walked out. And I was like, "You won't believe how much I got for that guess." And she said, "Oh no." 10 quid. I said, no, they gave you some 20 quid. £145 I got for that. So so jokes on you. But anyway, Sonic. That Sonic's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that Sonic is good. Especially Sonic 3. But Sonic 2, we didn't really talk much about Sonic 2 other than the bonus stage.
That's all there is to it.
And Christmas.
Yeah, Sonic 2 bonus stage and Christmas. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's a game. It's in my head. It's very much a game of two halves. Sonic 2. Well, not even. I think I really enjoy the first 4 stages of Sonic 2 are like sort of peak Sonic in my view, because you've got Emerald Hill Zone, which is a great opener, even though it's probably not as good as Green Hill. Chemical Plant, which is like top. Just for the music, I could just play Chemical Plant over and over again. And then you've got Casino Night Zone is a classic.
Is there Aquatic Ruin.
Aquatic Ruin,
Ruin.
yes. That I think that's number 3. I think it's Aquatic Ruin, then Casino Night, isn't it? But yeah, that is just such a strong opening, and then it starts to wobble a bit because you get things like Hilltop, which is like just Emerald Hill again, but not as good.
With a different color palette.
Yeah, it's like the palette swaps come in.
Mr. Cave Zone is amazing, and the music is probably one of the top
So
tracks in the game.
It gets more uneven because you go Hilltop bad, Mr. Cave good, Oil Ocean bad, and then you've got Metropolis, which again people don't like Metropolis. It's a bit of a labyrinth for me in that I'm a defender of Metropolis. It's a bit of a long one and it's a bit of a maze, and the like praying mantis slicer guys that always chuck
in the wrong place.
They are annoying, but I still like the zone, and it's got a really good boss. That's why I like it. But yeah, just the game gets just a little bit more uneven in the second half, which lets it down. But then I think the end, you've got Sky Chase, Wing Fortress, Death Egg. I think it sort of brings it back at the end. But yeah, it's just a great game. Like they took everything about the first game and just said, well, let's cliche, turn all the dials up to 11. Let's just throw more at it, make it faster, make it bigger. Put a second character in there. Make all the graphics even brighter and shinier than they were before. If you loved Sonic 1, which obviously so many kids did at the time, then you can't fail to enjoy Sonic 2 sort of thing.
Yep, very much. And it's when I finally beat it, finally did it, and just had that real sort of epic. I'd not played a game until then that had that sort of complete start to finish package. I'd been so used to playing things on the Amstrad and that, which was so hard I could never finish them, and were just like a series of levels that didn't really do much. They were just like, here's a level, here's a level. This thing felt like a start to finish adventure. Finish with that really cool thing, Sonic jumping towards the camera, like pointing and stuff, and then oh god, let's go around again. But play the game again.
Yeah,
it did. Like I said, it did feel more like an adventure because, like, in the Sonic 1 had a couple of bits at the end where they had like a cut scene at the end where he runs along and jumps towards the screen, and there's the little bit like when you get to the end of Scrap Brain, and there's like a little cut scene where Robotnik jumps on a button and you fall down into the Act 3 or whatever. But like in Sonic 2, they really kind of built on that, and they made it feel it's not just a platform game. It's this level, then this level. That they started to add like little transitions, like you get to the end of Wing Fortress and you have to Robotnik's escaping on his rocket ship, and you have to jump on it, and you see like Sonic holding on as he goes up into space, and obviously hedgehogs can breathe in space, outside the atmosphere. But yeah, they just kind of like layered those extra things in the end. I felt similar.
He can breathe in space, but he can't breathe underwater.
What is wrong with the dude? But yeah, you've got a proper like little ending sequence with the Tails has to like fly up and rescue him and the music at the end is really good as well. It's just it kind of ties it all up so well.
One thing I will say though, I think Sonic 3 does the transition into levels better again, because I think more or less every level has some kind of transition to the next stage. Like I think you go from Angel Island to jumping onto the flying battery. The flying battery, I think you come off it somehow. And like each single one has a little
door out. Kick the door out.
Yeah, you kick the door. Yeah, surfboard.
Snowboard.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah, so I think I think Sonic 3 kind of built upon Sonic 2 more so, if you know what I mean.
Well, again, like it was,
and then they made Sonic Adventure, and everyone cried.
Literally everyone cried. But yeah, three did exactly the same thing. It took everything about what's gone before and said, okay, we'll make it bigger. We'll make it make it. So the levels are like massive in Sonic 3 compared to what you'd had before. And again, let's add a new character. Let's add more cutscenes and transitions, and like graphically, Sonic 3 is really impressive. Sort of for the end of the sort of 16-bit era, like there's a lot. When you look back because there's only about 2.5 years, I think, between Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. but like the amount they sort of built, because you think, oh yeah, all the 2D games look roughly the same, but Sonic 1's very basic compared to Sonic 3.
Yeah,
and they really did push it.
I was playing, like I said, I only played Sonic 1 and 2 earlier, but the difference between 2 and 1 is quite a step up, considering, like, so you can't really say they all look the same. Like, even Sonic's design is different. Himself,
quite
as a
very,
character.
very different. Like, even just the menu, they're starting to flex a bit, weren't they? Like the menu on Sonic 3, even though he looks nothing like Sonic, even just sort of showing off a bit, aren't they?
I'm sure I was reading something where they made Sonic 2, and apparently they kind of went off, and what they really wanted to do for the next Sonic game was try and do something 3D. So there was a whole load of like R&D time, apparently, where they were trying to sort of say, we don't just want to do Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 again. Well, let's try and do something 3D. But obviously, the Mega Drive was in no way capable of that. And I don't think this, at this point, the Saturn was on the horizon. So if you play some of the like pre-release versions, there's like you can get these like test objects up where it's like kind of like all this rotating 3D stuff, where they were obviously like doing these demos to try and do something in 3D, which is how you end up with the sort of 3D-esque special stages that collect, they get the blue spheres thing. But yeah, apparently they really didn't want to do just another sort of 2D Sonic game, so they were really sort of pushing on that side. And yeah, I think that's why they then end up with, well, we can't make a 3D game, so let's make like a horrible looking 3D intro sequence with this awful Sonic model.
It was like Sonic CD was actually started development before Sonic 2.
Yeah,
and they were being developed in parallel. So it's like Sonic CD was the Japan's. I think it's that way around. Like one team's vision of what Sonic was going to be, which is why it uses the sprite from the first Sonic game, and a lot of the sound effects and enemy type things and stuff. And in conjunction, it was like, no, screw you, we're making Sonic. It's going to be like this.
Yeah, it's a weird.
But it seemed to follow on from Sonic 2 more than it did Sonic CD.
Yeah, very much. I think
so, yeah. I like Sonic CD. I just think that, I don't know, the levels seem a bit less
bad.
Focused then. I wouldn't say they're bad. I just say they're less focused. They're kind of
it's definitely, for me, of that sort of 16-bit era, it's the weakest. Even I think I prefer Sonic 1 to Sonic CD, because it doesn't have the focus, and I think most of the things it adds don't really enhance the game. Like Sonic 2, like, oh yeah, it put the spin dash in there, and that was really cool. And but Sonic CD is you can do time travel. And it's like, well, that just makes the levels. You've got like 4 different versions, or more than 4 versions of each level, and it's like, well, so you've clearly spread your time making different versions of a level rather than focus on, let's make one good version of this level. So it all gets a little bit more fractured.
I loved Sonic CD. I loved it.
I'm a big fan of it. I just think that the levels could be tighter.
It's still a really good game.
That was one that I always went for the good future, as you would do, and I really enjoyed the aspect of trying to get all the emeralds and trying to get that to go for that best ending, because then you got loads of that lovely animated. You got like a special animated ending, which is well worth going for. And getting the good version, getting the good future in each zone, where it just be free of enemies, and the level looked beautiful, and it had lovely music, and you could just sort of freely run through this really nice level. Yeah, I thought it was great.
There was an incentive for doing it as well, because I think each boss is easier if you've got the good future. Because every boss, Act 3 is always future, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so if you've sorted out the first 2 acts, you get the good version. There's less like enemies and obstacles and things. But I did like that. It kind of gave you an incentive for exploring the levels in a way that Sonic 2 kind of does, because to get to the special stages, you have to find the goal posts things, the like checkpoints. So there was kind of a reason to explore there. But yeah, for the most part, in Sonic 1 and 2, yeah, it's like, well, just get to the end. That's all you need to do. Whereas in Sonic CD, it's like, okay, right, well, you need to go to the past, and in the past, you need to find these like machines, and you have to destroy them. So it's like you made it more about exploring than just getting to the end of a level.
Yeah, I mean, being a lover of time travel, I think it was a perfect thing for me. Yeah, just going back and finding those things, and Sonic made a good future. Because again, no internet, nothing. I hadn't really read that much on it. Didn't know you do that. I didn't know you change your levels. So when I hit that thing the first time, it said, "Oh, Sonic made a good future." Like, sort of second or third time playing it, like, oh, hang on a minute, what? And just like, God, the level looks beautiful, and the music's all changed, and oh, this is great. What happens if I get all of these, and what happens if I do that and get all the Chaos Emeralds and just get this really cool animated, like, special ending?
It's definitely the little cutscenes are great in Sonic CD. The anime stuff.
Yeah, I really like the intro and the outro. I will say that I prefer the Japanese and European soundtrack to the American one as well.
Oh,
I'm not saying the American one is bad. I'm just saying it's not as good.
Oh no!
Anyone who prefers the US has got serious issues. I will. Oh yeah, that's a good character test for whether people are worth knowing.
I like the American one more. Get away, scum! Subhuman scum! Oh, brilliant. But yeah, Sonic 3 for me is my favourite. What's your favourite? Is it 2, is it? Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I will say.
No, Sonic 3, that was, again, back to the magazine thing. You only knew about stuff that was in a magazine. I didn't know Sonic 3 was coming until like the week before or something. It just said in like probably Meme Machines. I don't think, because I didn't subscribe. I just used to get it when we saw it. And it was like, oh, Sonic 3's coming, and there's Knuckles, the echidna. Like, what? And I was loving it. Oh, cool, like another character to play. Oh, you can climb walls and stuff. And then I think the next week we walked up the town where I lived, and there's like a Woolworths. And in the doorway just had like a little cardboard stand with Sonic 3 in it. It's like, Mum, can I have this, please? And they knew I'd play the hell out of it. They had no problems buying me that stuff because I play it so much. Get real good money's worth. So yeah, got straight in and played that. And I didn't know that it was I didn't know it was an unfinished game. So I got really easy. I mean, that was the first one with the save system as well, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you breeze through that thing. It was only like 5 or 6 levels, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sonic 3 on its own is just six stages, but they're big stages. But yeah, it's not massive. Yeah, coming after Sonic 2, where you've got 10 stages or whatever, it does feel quite quick.
And then I can't remember when Knuckles came out, but I got that for my birthday. I think it wasn't long after, was it? I got that for my birthday, and I knew about the lock-on thing because it said, oh, you can play it in Sonic 2. Sonic 2 being my favourite at the time because I preferred that over 3. The first thing I didn't play that, just put Sonic 2 straight in it and played the entirety of Sonic 2 as Knuckles without losing a life, straight off.
It's a shame that you can't play through Sonic 1 as Knuckles.
Yeah,
you can, but you can't.
The ROMs weren't compatible, were they?
No. I'm saying you can now, easily. You can play as frickin' Shadow. You can play as Big the frickin' Cat.
Who would want to do that?
I didn't know it extended. I didn't know it extended Sonic 3. So for a long time, I just knew you could play as Knuckles in Sonic 3. But I preferred the levels in Sonic and Knuckles. They're a bit more kind of, I just thought they were better. Yeah. So for a long time, after having played Sonic 2 with it, I was just playing Knuckles on its own. Then one day, I thought, right, I'm going to play through Sonic 3 as Knuckles, not knowing that it had then merged the 2 games. So I got to the end of Launch Base, did whatever it is you do with Knuckles, and then it just goes straight into Mushroom Hill. Like, what?
What?
Well, what the hell? And just like, because you couldn't, what? And then suddenly I'm playing through that, and the level's different, and then because I'd already got all the Chaos Emeralds, I didn't know about Hyper Emeralds. So getting just collecting that, thinking I was just going to get 50 rings, and then going into another special stage, which was harder, because they had like yellow jumpy bits and stuff. And
Yeah.
then getting that cutscene after that, which showed just like a weird room with a big old emerald, and then it's sort of shooting a laser down. Like, right, what's going on? What is going on? This is just oh my yeah. So that was it then. Once I knew that then became this giant game, yeah, that was immediately like that straight into being my favourite. God knows how many times I played that. I've got I fired it up a couple of years ago, and I got my Mega Drive down, and the saves are all still on there, and I've got a complete row of hyper clears for every character because you couldn't duplicate them. So it's a complete row of hyper clears for every combination of characters.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
We were speaking about adverts earlier, and I was thinking about it, and the only advert I remember for any Sonic is Sonic and Knuckles. I remember, like, I can't remember it exactly, but I remember like this one guy going like, "It's Sonic, he's fast, he can do this, he can do it," and then another guy going, "It's Knuckles, he can climb walls, he can glide," stuff like that. And that's the only advert I remember. I don't even remember it fully, but I remember it. And I think, to be honest, I've seen the advert since then on Cheeky Devlin's channel when he has adverts play when he's going for a break. And I'm sure I've seen it on there, and I'm like, oh my god, I remember this advert from when I was a kid.
Oh, I was gonna say, I remember a Sonic 3 like TV advert, and it must have been something that was like they just made the advert for America and just thought, we'll play that in the UK as well, because it was.
I think they did that with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah, most obnoxious, over the top, like American guy, like talking over the top, and it's like, Sonic's back, and he's got all these new moves. It's like he's got a fire shield and a lightning shield, and I remember like thinking, what the like,
and then you're like, right, yeah, Sonic 2's gonna stay my favorite now because of this advert.
That's what ruined it. No, I've got like, when at the time, so in the 90s, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was my favorite. So it was the one I played the most. Yeah, exactly the same as Victor. I had that line of completed saves. So like, you've got to get hyper with everyone. You've got to get all the emeralds. Do it with Sonic and Tails, Knuckles, Tails on his own. So yeah, I absolutely adored that game, and that was the one I spent the most amount of time on. But with hindsight, yeah, it's very hard to pick now. But I tend to come down on 2 being my favorite, just because I think. It's very hard. I think it's slightly more consistent, but it's really taking Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a complete package. It's hard to argue that the value you've got there. You've got 3 distinct characters. Like Sonic 2 is basically still just a Sonic game. Tails can't fly. There's no real, you're exploring the whole game as Sonic. Whereas in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, there's a different route for Knuckles through all the levels. Tails, there's bits only Tails can get to. It really expanded on kind of what you could do, and it's kind of just how do you weigh up the sort of more focused Sonic 2 experience against the more kind of expanded Sonic 3 and Knuckles experience. And on a different day, I could easily make a case for Sonic 3 and Knuckles being my favorite.
I think it always falls for me on Sonic 3 Knuckles. I played it so much back in the day. Like, I don't play the Sonic games often now. Like, I managed to play a bit of Sonic 1 and 2 today. But I don't play them a lot. Like, one of the games, I probably said before, one of the games I tend to go back to if I just want to quickly blast through something will be Gunstar Heroes. I don't know why. It's not like I have massive nostalgia for it. I didn't play it until I was about 18 or so, and I played it on the Mega Drive collection that was on the GameCube. That's when I first played Gunstar Heroes. So it wasn't like, oh my god, I was 5 and I loved the game. I was 18 and I really liked the game, and like since then I've jumped in it at least once a year to play the game. I played through it not long ago. I played I was streaming on this channel, and I got to like the final stage or something, and then we did the Twitchcast. So we jumped into that. But I then finished the game off stream. Once we ended, I was like, well, I'll finish off Gunstar Heroes.
That's a great game. I've still got my original of that. I got that through Special Reserve. I was the only person who had that at school, and the amount of swaps I got out of that, because that was the one that it was by that point in the Mega Drive's life, the Super Nintendo was doing clearly more spectacular looking stuff. It was only really the Sonic games which were keeping it, giving you not getting beaten up in the playground over it. But Gunstar Heroes was the one that even the Super Nintendo kids were like, oh god, I've got to put, they'd all heard about it. Everyone would be, there's the rumblings going around the playground of this amazing game on the Mega Drive. I've got the swaps I got out of that. Amazingly, that is in immaculate condition as well. I don't know how the hell that survived being passed around school like that.
No, it's pretty surprising actually that a kid didn't just eat it or something.
Well, my Sonic, will go neatly back to Sonic. My Sonic 3 one, because why that's in a Sonic and Knuckles, why that's in a cardboard box, I don't know. I don't know if there's any real maybe the cartridge was too expensive and they had to sort of cost down the box or something. Or actually no, think about it, because the cartridge was a different shape, they'd have had to have made new molds for the cartridge to clip inside, wouldn't they? So that's probably why they did it. But because me being me, kept everything pristine when I was a kid, strange kid. And I'd so that box is beautiful. And the kid up the road from me called Daniel borrowed it off me and then gave it back a couple of weeks later, and the box had been ripped to shit and he'd clearly stood on it or something. It's
fucking hell.
Absolutely destroyed it.
Bet you were happy.
Harsh.
Oh yeah. By the time I went on holiday and lent my mate my copy of Micro Machines 2 and came back, and his Jack Russell had eaten the box.
Oh.
It's like somebody had attacked it with an ice pick.
Jesus Christ. That's fun. How long have we been on? Been on for an hour and 7 minutes.
Broken rules.
These are mini episodes that last roughly an hour. Usually we end on an hour. We've gone a little bit over. Is there anything you'd like to add about the Sonic games other than them being generally good? Like, we were going to talk about Sonic before, and I ended up talking on my own about Sonic. And I ended up talking about Sonic 1, 2, 3 Knuckles on my own, as well as other things. And I was like, and it was very awkward.
I would include Sonic CD in this group of great games. I'd have 1 to 3 plus Knuckles and CD. I'd count those as part of the very special ones. And then Spinball was the one where I first realised that Sonic could be crap. I just didn't understand why, when you were on foot, Sonic didn't control the same. I just couldn't why is he not walking like Sonic could and things. And then it's funny because how into Sonic I was. I would have bought anything with Sonic. So then it's the 3D one they did. Was it the Sonic
Flicky's Island?
Yeah, didn't buy it. I knew. I just looked at the screenshots and just knew I wasn't going to like it. And I didn't touch Sonic until Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, which was crap. And then that was the last Sonic game I bought until Generations.
The dog must have mentioned Sonic Adventure because he's going nuts.
Sonic Generations was also crap, despite people saying it's amazing.
Sonic Generations I don't think is crap. I think it's better than any other 3D outing up to that point, but I wouldn't. I would say it's all right.
When people, I shouldn't say crap, was when people would, just like, oh, it's a return to form, oh, it's brilliant. It's like, well, the 3D levels are mostly good, but the actual side-on stuff's really poor.
I didn't mind the side-on stuff, but if you compare it to the original stuff, it does not play well. It doesn't feel the same. The best Sonic game to date from the original ones, you know what we're going to say, is Sonic Mania.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? When I put that on, I bought that that's the first game I bought for my Switch, and I hadn't really seen anything on it apart from the trailer. I knew it was good, and just putting that on was just like being a kid again, because it was a real Sonic game that had those little, but it had all those little flourishes that were like really special. You know, when you get a new system or something, it's just like all the little things happening. Like, brilliant.
That's what we should have got on the Saturn. Instead they spent years, because of the, at the time it's 3D, everything's all about 3D. So they spent years dicking around trying to make a 3D game couldn't do it, ended up not releasing anything Sonic other than Sonic Jam, which was just the first 3 games again. Like they didn't release any
it had Sonic Jam on it, which was, I don't know if it was called Sonic Jam or Sonic World or something.
Sonic World,
and that had its own little thing. That was a little fun. That was actually quite fun little compilation.
It was.
I think that's a better compilation that you normally get because you had the 3 games. They all run better, and they were and stuff. As well as that, you had the Sonic Jam side of it, Sonic World or whatever the hell, and then also they added the Spin Dash to Sonic 1.
They did, yeah. So yeah, but what if they'd have just made Mania in 1997 or 98 or something,
Sonic then you make Sonic 4, and I don't mean Sonic 4 that was released on the Xbox and PS3.
Yeah, yeah, because that was awful. But yeah, but everyone was obviously chasing 3D at that point, and you can see that they didn't want to like put out their main franchise and sort of be seen to be going backwards or not being left behind by everyone else. But I don't know. I would have taken a 2D Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic Extreme, from what I've seen of it, looked shite as well. So
it did. It did.
I bet you. I wonder what happened. Say you could time travel and take Mania back and release exactly Mania on the Saturn, whether people would be going, "Oh, it's a brilliant Sonic game, but it's just not 3D," or whether people just pan it because it's straight off, would not give it a chance because it's not 3D.
I mean, it does lean heavily into nostalgia because obviously it's more than half the levels are revisiting old levels, so that it would probably get panned for that reason. It's like we only played these zones a few years ago. They've run out of ideas. Whereas now it's like, it's a lovely nod to stuff from 20 years ago. But I think if they put out a game with the same style and quality as Mania back then, I think it would have got good reviews. I think people might have said, "Oh, it's not the jump to 3D that everyone wanted." But in our universe, we know the jump to 3D was a bad idea for Sonic. So with the benefit of hindsight,
I didn't mind Sonic Lost World, or as I like to call it, Sonic Galaxy.
Yeah, funny enough, you'd recommend that before. I watched some stuff on that. I've had it on my wish list on Steam for ages, but it never drops to that magic sort of 50p mark.
It's worth more than 50p. It's worth at least 75p.
Oh, that's top tier Steam sale. That is
exactly.
I mean, I think there's a lot of okay, or I think even there's some good 3D Sonic games. Like Generations isn't great, but it's not terrible in the way that Sonic 06 is, or a lot of Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure 1 is very.
The thing is Sonic Adventure. I've said this several times. I know they're bad, but I still like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
I like 2 a lot, although I did go back to it recently, and rose tinted specs is going on a lot. I didn't actually enjoy playing it as much as I remembered. I think it was best left as a memory.
I think the Sonic and Shadow levels are not too bad. Tails and Robotnik, and the less said about Knuckles and Rouge, the better.
I mean, Knuckles, like how anyone cannot be driven insane by I don't even know if it's his first level, like Pumpkin Hill or whatever, but like you're just spending forever flying around trying to find these bits of emerald. Who knows where the hell they're hidden with some radar thing that doesn't work. And this awful rap music. You can't even call it rap music. It's just this horrible music in the background. It's basically torture.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's the thing is, I think in Sonic Adventure 1, if I'm correct, the Knuckles levels were the same with the finding of emeralds.
Yeah.
But you could if you go around, it'll beep for any emerald. Whereas in now, when you had to do them in a specific, or in Sonic Adventure 2, they do them in a very specific order. You'd have to get this one first, and that one, and that one. Whereas in 1, it's like wherever you go, if it beeps, there's something there, like simple as. And I think they should have stuck with that. At least it wouldn't have felt like the nightmares.
Oh wow. But yeah, there's no 3D game that's up to the level of those original games or Mania, in my book.
What about Sonic Forces?
Oh, do you know, I
haven't played it, so I'm lucky enough.
I've not bothered. I've got it. I'm pretty sure I got it.
Yeah, I've got it as well.
In some way. But
I think it was on PlayStation Plus, wasn't it?
Might well have been at some point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because that's like the one where it's like, they lean heavily into, there's a lot of weird areas of Sonic fandom where they like, people like to sort of make their own Sonic characters and draw them doing interesting things with the real characters. And so they thought, let's lean into that and we'll make the game about how you make your own like Sonic
hero,
furry and put it in the game and stuff. It's like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah, bloody I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something about Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom was a weird game for me. If you haven't played it, it's better than Sonic 06. In the sense of it's better, but I think Sonic 06, because it's bad, it entertains you as well. Because of how bad it is, it entertains you.
So bad it's good.
So like Sonic Boom, it is just completely average, right? It's literally just a solidly average game. And it's basically so mediocre. You got nothing bad or good to say about it, really. It's just like flatlined throughout the entire game.
I'm sure I read that it was like rushed, and they had to release it way before it was ready. And
yeah, and also it was on bloody
really janky and stuff like that.
It can be, yeah. And the another issue with it is the engine it was on. I can't remember what engine it was. It was like CryEngine or something. It was on something very difficult for the Wii to deal with, the Wii U to deal with. It's not like that, because neither of them are funny, are entertaining to you. You know what I mean? If you piss or shit yourself, you're not going to be entertained. At least with Sonic 06, Sonic 06. When I streamed that, I had a good laugh. It was fucking awful.
I've barely played it. I've played it enough to know it's atrocious, and I've watched bits of other people suffering through the later stages. But...
Yeah.
wow.
Is there anything you want to add, guys, before we end? Because this was meant to have ended 17 minutes ago.
You've overrun.
I know. I don't know if I should call this a mini or not now. I will.
MIDI. Is MIDI in between? Or is MIDI smaller than mini? I don't know.
Maxi's bigger than mini, isn't it?
Maxi's definitely bigger.
Yeah. But it's not as big as Maximum. So
Pro. We're going to call it the Pro.
The Mini Pro.
The only thing I'd say is I could talk for hours about any of these Sonic games. Like we barely said anything about Sonic 3, really.
No, Sonic 3 didn't get much of a look in, but it is the best. Everything about it. I love the music as well. I know that there's this whole thing with Michael Jackson with it, but damn, it was so good.
Oh,
the music was so good.
There was some real standouts. Ice Cap, oh yeah.
Ice Cap, yeah.
To that all day. Hard times, man.
Hard times. Yeah,
Ice Cap's music is great. Angel Island, because when they did that, they released like the beta version of Sonic 3 last year or the year before, and it kind of had the like earlier versions of the music before they switched composers, and some of it's half decent, but you can tell why they changed it because some of those tracks are brilliant. Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to be it from us, guys, because we are meant to end. Sonic 3 is that one. No, yeah, Knuckles is introduced in Sonic 3, which you bloody well know, you Bellion.
Sonic who?
Anyway, that's going to be the end then, guys. I would like to say thank you for those that have tuned in. We are ending, so we will be back. Who knows what we can do a mini about next time? I noticed that the suggestion was the Twitchcast. Calling it the Twitchcast OLED. A slight upgrade. I'm going to change from the mini. But yeah, hopefully we can get a another Twitchcast going at some point, like a full one, which will last 3 hours. And the next Twitchcast Mini, is anyone got a game suggestion or game series we could check out for it? What about Luigi's
Donkey
Mansion?
Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country, yeah, I'm up for that. Donkey Kong Country's awesome. Make sure you play some of the games before you do it, though. That's the best thing, so you can get you in the right frame of mind to talk about it.
Just be expletives the whole way through.
Well, you can be wrong as usual. That's fine. Anyway, I think that's going to be it from us, guys. So,
Yeah, cheers everyone.
without further ado, we are going to say goodbye. So it's goodbye from me.
I was going to sing the game over music. I can't remember it. God damn it! Just imagine Sonic's drowned.
It's just the theme tune, isn't it? It's a depressing version of the theme tune.
That's what it is, isn't it?
And if you leave it there, I think the note just goes on forever.
Yeah, cool.
Happy
Right
days.
then, everyone, goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.